There are many good live TV streaming services out there. YouTube TV still tops the list in our opinion, but there are also some that we think most cord cutters should avoid.
Today, we're revealing our least favorite live TV streaming service, and we're going to tell you about one other one we think most streamers should avoid.
Yeah, and stick around until the end because we're going to tell you what we think our formerly number 2 live TV streaming service needs to do to get back on track. First, we'll say that no streaming service is perfect. You can't be all things to all people, but customers pay a lot for premium live TV streaming services, and the first 2 we're going to talk about today are not delivering the value they should for the price point they charge.
All right, usually being number 1 in something is a good thing. That's not the case with our number 1 least favorite streaming service, Hulu Live. We've tested Hulu Live extensively and have found ongoing issues they simply aren't committed to resolving. With them raising rates last December, they're simply charging too much to deliver the kind of poor user experience that they are.
The 2 issues we and many others experience routinely for some time now are with its DVR recording and buffering. As you can see from these screenshots from a recent conversation we had with Hulu customer service, we experienced constant issues with the DVR canceling scheduled recordings. The problem persisted for weeks, where we would have to check scheduled recordings the night before or sometimes a few hours before and reschedule them to get them to take. And at that point, what's the point of having a DVR? What's the point of being able to schedule recordings if they're not going to hold?
It honestly reminded me of a popular scene from my favorite series, Seinfeld, where Jerry says, so you know how to take a reservation but not keep the reservation to the car rental agency. When we asked Hulu about it, they said, quote, multiple viewers have reported the same case and the developers team are still working on it as we speak, end quote.
But it's an ongoing issue that we regularly experience during our most recent testing. Even if they do try to put through a fix on it, we're not confident it's going to stick, given how long it's been an issue and the apparent lack of resources they've directed to fixing it thus far. The other problem that we and many of our viewers have reported is a consistent problem with buffering while watching live TV. Many times we were interrupted by buffering multiple times during a show or game. Sometimes the screen would even go black.
And when the picture did come back, it would be pixelated for up to 20 or 30 seconds. This caused us to miss key plays and games in a number of instances. We experienced this buffering on 2 different TVs using 2 different streaming devices, a Roku Streaming Stick 4K and an Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. And more importantly, we have recently watched Fubo, Philo, Sling, and YouTube TV on those same TVs using those same devices and not experienced any of the buffering issues that Hulu Live has.
Yeah, so we believe the problem is with Hulu Live. And with them increasing rates, if you're experiencing something close to what we did during our test, you're paying way too much money to have to deal with these kinds of issues. For the price you pay, they should fix it, but they don't seem to care.
As we discussed in our Hulu Live price hike video, Hulu Live now has 2 plans available to new subscribers, with ads for $69.99 a month and without ads for $82.99. There are always ads in live TV no matter which service you choose. However, the ad-free plan removes ads from Disney Plus and Hulu on-demand content.
The forced bundle for live subscribers is another thing we don't like. When Hulu Live raised its rates, it did so under the premise that it was giving subscribers more content. But what if you don't want Disney Plus or ESPN Plus? While they don't advertise it, if all you want is Hulu Live, you can get it for $68.99, according to Hulu's website. By only giving a $1 price break, they're giving customers no reason to not have the bundle. If they were to offer a $15 per month price break, that would mean something. Honestly, the way they've designed their new plan seems like a move just to increase their subscriber counts to attempt to boost their stock price. But by putting their bottom line first and deprioritizing customer choice, they ended up putting the customer last.
Also, only including 2 simultaneous screens is poor. Most other services offer at least 3. It's just another example of how Hulu Live really needs to up its game and deliver a better product for their price point. Now we want to talk about another streaming service that is an incredibly close second to Hulu Live for being our least favorite live TV streaming service, and that's DIRECTV Stream.
DIRECTV Stream has a good selection of channels and delivers a nice user experience, but their pricing feels far too much like cable. That's even more the case with their recent price hike.
Effective January 22nd, DIRECTV Stream's cheapest plan, Entertainment, will cost $74.99 a month. Choice goes up to $100, Ultimate runs $110, and Premier will cost a whopping $155 a month. While all DIRECTV Stream channel packages include 34 of the top 35 cable channels, its choice plan and above carry Bally Regional Sports Networks, or RSNs.
Being the only streaming service to carry Bally RSNs had given DIRECTV Stream an edge. Now that fuboTV has announced that it will include them, streamers have another slightly cheaper option for getting them.
Yeah, if you absolutely must have the Bally RSNs, you can get them through Fubo's Pro plan, which now costs $75 a month, plus Fubo's RSN fee, which ranges from $11 to $14 a month. That's still slightly cheaper than DIRECTV Stream.
Unfortunately, you have to pay attention to the fine print with fuboTV. They conveniently don't include the RSN fees in their advertised prices, which leads people to believe plans are cheaper than they really are.
As we shared recently, Fubo announced a price hike in early January that took its Pro and Elite plans up to $75 and $85 a month respectively. Then it got rid of its Ultra plan and replaced it with a Premier plan.
The Premier plan costs $5 less than what Ultra used to, but it does not include the channels that are in the Sports Plus package. New subscribers must pay these new prices now, while current subscribers will be charged the new rates on their first bill after February 6th.
And while Fubo added the Bally RSNs, it still doesn't have the Turner networks, and it dropped AMC and A&E from its lineup. DIRECTV Stream has all of them in their plans.
And speaking of DIRECTV Stream, another thing we dislike about them is their device. For instance, it supports streaming in 4K, but only if you purchase its device, which at time of filming costs $120. 4K content should be an included feature in every live TV streaming service's base plan. Forcing customers who want to stream in 4K to purchase an expensive streaming device is a bad call, and charging that much for a device is a bad call as well. Regardless of whether you want 4K or not, DIRECTV Stream's device is significantly more expensive than a Roku or Fire TV stick.
Beyond the fact that DIRECTV Stream itself describes its device as, quote, so much more than a cable box, unquote, and all of it adds up to an experience that feels way too much like cable for the streaming space. If you want a more in-depth look at DIRECTV Stream, watch our video comparing it with YouTube TV and Hulu Live.
Now, we want to talk about fuboTV a bit more before we go. We had Fubo really high on our list, second to YouTube TV in fact, until it announced its latest rate hikes and increased RSN fees. As we shared in our fuboTV versus Hulu Live review video, we had ranked Fubo as the second best live TV streaming service out there, just behind YouTube TV. We think their user experience is great. Channel selection is solid, but its recent decision to raise rates, increase RSN fees, and drop AMC and A&E are not good. They're taking them in the wrong direction.
They need to add the Turner networks without raising their rates and advertise their RSN fee in their plan prices. fuboTV is now forcing customers to pay for something they don't want. And what does that sound like? Cable.
Yeah, it's somewhat baffling that Fubo doesn't yet have the Turner networks, as they are a must-have for sports fans, and in particular NBA fans. And we'd like to see them upgrade to an unlimited DVR. While their current 1,000-hour capacity is likely enough for most streamers, having an unlimited capacity would make them more competitive than YouTube TV, since Fubo's DVR sorting and filtering options are better.
The streaming space is maturing, but there's still room for services to use features and price to attract new subscribers. We've told you about 3 today that can gain more customers by making some of the changes we're suggesting. Now we want to know what you think. What's your least favorite live TV streaming service? Do you disagree with us? What do you think Hulu Live, DIRECTV Stream, and Fubo could do to improve? What do you think of Fubo's latest price hike? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.